it's your boy Davidoff. I am here at Cineworld to watch Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. I'm seeing it in IMAX, 7:30 p.m. Sunday night. It's going to be a packed screening probably, since it's opening weekend. I couldn't see it Friday or Saturday because I was busy. But yeah, I'm seeing it now, and it was emotional hearing about Chadwick's passing. Rest in peace to the legend. I was very worried about this movie because I don't know how they're going to handle it, considering like he's gone. Hopefully they do it justice, and yeah, I just hope it's good. And I'm a Marvel fan, so I enjoyed the first Black Panther movie. I thought it was very good, so I hope the sequel is just as good, but without T'Challa, I don't know. But I like other characters too, M'Baku especially, Okoye, Shuri, so I'm looking forward to it, and I hope it's good. It's about to be a roller coaster of emotions, I'm sure. So the end of phase 4, so could set up some future movies for sure, and shows. And also I'm looking forward to seeing Namor could be potentially a great villain, so yeah, anyway, let's stop talking about it. I'm gonna go in and see it. Next. I just got out of the theatre. There's one after credits scene. It's not after credits, just like mid credits, so you get the main you know, visual credits with the pictures and video and whatever, and then you get a scene which is quite interesting, and then, you know, nothing after that, just, you know, rest of the credits. I'll talk about the movie when I get home, but overall I'm gonna give it a rating now, 7.5 out of 10. I'm gonna lie, I plan to edit some videos today and stream God of War before working tomorrow, but I am just that knackered that I probably just need to go to bed after I get this video sorted. Anyway, as I was saying, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, it was pretty good. I think the first Black Panther was a better movie, but this was good and better than I was very worried. I wasn't like expecting it to be bad or anything. I wanted it to be good and I thought it could be good, but I was very worried because of what happened and like how would they handle this. Would the story work? Was this a good idea? Having Chadwick there, not having T'Challa there in general would always be a miss. They handled it well. They actually handled it quite well. They did it in a way that was, you know, kind of like, they did it like straight away. It doesn't like, they do like lean on it throughout the movie, but like the main part is at the start, and I think they pay good tribute, sorry, not play. And it feels like a nice send-off. In the movie, they're sending off T'Challa, the fictional character, but it also feels like a nice send-off to Chadwick Boseman. They did a good job of that, I think, and they fit it into the story really well. And also Namor, I think, fits the story very well as well, in terms of like the plot that they're going for. It's not a perfect plot, but it's a good plot. One thing this one does a lot better than the first movie, apart from the emotion, the action. More specifically, the effects on the action. And to be fair, like in the first movie, the two fights on the cliffs between M'Baku and T'Challa and Killmonger, those are really good fights. But overall, especially at the end, the very last fight, it was like, it didn't look good. In this movie, it looks good. You know, the effects are much better, and the action, the way it's shot, is much better, and it's visually nice. I do like water-based powers, like Aquaman, for example. So seeing the Wakandans take on Namor and his underwater army was pretty cool. And the plot line, Riri Williams fits into it quite well. I haven't seen enough of her. I've seen her in this movie like quite a lot, but like I haven't seen enough of her in this movie for me to think, oh, I love this character. I certainly don't hate her. I want to see more of her. I'm intrigued. Like she makes me think, right, I want to see more of this. And I'm pretty sure like she's going to have her own show, which is good. In the comics, she's obviously, you know, her hero's Tony Stark. There's basically no mention of it in this movie. I thought that was a bit weird. I know the focus was on Wakanda and everything, but I just thought it was a bit weird how she has this technology, and she's clearly inspired by someone, but she doesn't mention at all who inspired her. I just thought that was strange. That's as far as I'll go. Like, there's no, like, I'm not gonna put any big spoilers in this, but like that's not really a spoiler in my opinion. That's why I'm saying it. But yeah, I just thought I'd allude to that. But yeah, with her character, is simply, I haven't seen enough of her. That's it. Like I don't love this character already. I certainly don't dislike this character. I just want to see more and see what they do with her. But yeah, she fit the story as well. She was a key plot point. She wasn't just a cameo. Speaking of cameos, there was an interesting cameo that will surprise a lot of people. The only ways that you would not be surprised is if you had a theory of this character being in it, or you saw a leak. One of the two things. Unless you saw one of those, unless you thought a theory of this character or you saw a leak, I think it will surprise you who you see in a cameo in this. There's also some very emotional scenes aside from T'Challa, I'll put it that way. And the new Black Panther, it's interesting because it's not just handed, it's not just passed down, it feels earned based on how they did it. The way they did it, it feels earned. There was some great music, which I'm not surprised by because the first one had great music and the trailers for this movie had great music, so I'm not surprised that there was good music. The Rihanna songs were good, there was more than one. The songs for Wakanda were mostly the songs that were the best ones, but there was also a scene where they revealed Namor's city underwater, and the song that played for that was really good as well. So overall, amazing music. Marvel's best musical scores have been in Black Panther movies, that's for sure. So the pacing I felt could have been better. Some scenes kind of moved too quickly, I feel. Kind of moved far too quickly. Even the movie was really long, it still felt like it was cut in a way that it's moving too quickly. Some scenes also felt a bit slow as well, but that was a lot less. It was more scenes just going by too fast, which feels crazy to say because the movie was so long, but it didn't feel that long. It really didn't. When I see the runtime, I'm just like, what? It was really that long? It doesn't feel that long. And that's a good sign, I guess, when the movie doesn't feel as long as it is, even when it's like over 2.5 hours. But still, like, it felt like some scenes were a bit rushed. And I feel like it could have been paced better, for sure. Loved Okoye, loved Ramonda the Queen, Shuri, Nakia. They all played key roles, and the mid-credit scene is quite interesting as well, that one. Maybe it sets up for a sequel. And Namor, I like what they did with Namor. Not as good as Killmonger in terms of like villain, but a really cool villain, which he's a character I've wanted to see for a while, so to actually bring him in was great. And obviously this ends phase 4, so obviously they've probably set a few things up through this movie. I look forward to phase 5. Phase 4 has been very rocky, but I feel like they've ended it on a nice note. And they've had a few good highs, like No Way Home, and this I said was pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't think it's great. It's just pretty good. But I think it's it's a lot better than a lot of the things we've seen in phase 4. We'll put it like that. As I said, rating 7.5 out of 10. If you've seen it, let me know what you think. Whether I'll see it again depends, because I'm going to Manchester this week. If I have time next week, I'll go and see it again. I like to see movies, especially like Marvel and DC movies. I like to see them again, just to like see little details I missed, because there's always Easter eggs, and there's also always like the little parts of the story you don't notice it the first time you watch it, even like with dialogue and stuff. So that's always good watching it for the second time, just to see things that you missed, because you know what's coming. So like you start to look for other things. I like doing that as well. Also, M'Baku was very funny. So just bear that in mind. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and see ya.